Are you sure?
Here's the 30-second lesson on what legends know. Never ask a bride why she's getting married. Don't wear a skirt on a windy day. Deodorant is not a shower. Don't sniff chili flakes. And don't forget, saving is not investing. Legends don't just save, they invest in mutual funds. Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.
What was the RSS thinking when it decided to unleash this flurry of statements, widely seen as expressing disapproval of the BJP government for its ahankar or arrogance? The four specific instances include Sarsang Chalak Mohan Bhagwat. Sarsang Chalak is the RSS chief. Mohan Bhagwat's speech at the conclusion of the RSS workers training, and a specific reference to Ahankar by Indresh Kumar, a member of the Sangh's executive committee and chief patron of the RSS-backed Muslim Rashtriya Manch. It's a very important key position. Indresh Kumar said that Bhagwan Ram had punished the BJP's arrogance by limiting it to 240 seats, way below the halfway mark. He also said the justice of Ram Rajya similarly assured that the India bloc was kept even lower at 237 because it is Ram Virodhi or anti-Ram. Ratan Sharda, an RSS intellectual, you often see him articulating the organization's viewpoint and ideology on TV channels and in newspaper op-eds. He's my old friend and also sometimes a sparring partner and critic. He had more specific criticism over the BJP undermining its own ideological commitment by inducting many outsiders, including known critics of the RSS, and thereby paying the price. In fact, what he said, you can watch in an interview that he gave to Sanya Dhingra on ThePrint. I'm sharing a link with you with the description. The fourth is an article in the RSS Mouthpiece Organizer blaming the alliance with Ajit Pawar-led NCP for the debacle in Maharashtra. Read together, the four look like the first coordinated criticism of the BJP under Narendra Modi by the RSS in the past decade. In fact, Bhagwat in his speech counseling restraint said he would prefer Pratipaksh, the other side, Dusra Paksh, the other side, to Virodhi, opposition or adversary. Which brings us to our next question. What is the RSS trying to achieve? Caught in this flutter are all sides with stakes in power politics or a voice in the political debate. First of all, the RSS is most certainly amused by the ready celebration of its latest intervention by the liberal side. For a community, that's a liberal community, for a community that fought the RSS ideology for decades to now find solace in its chief's non-specific criticism is ironic as well as desperate. Even some in the Congress have expressed the same wish, partly to tease the BJP, but partly also in the belief that it will weaken Narendra Modi. There's been a flurry of articles and social media posts with Bhagwat's quotes, generally saying, we understand that you, that is Prime Minister Modi, won't listen to us, but at least listen to Mohan Bhagwat. In this brave new post-4th June universe, the RSS chief is seen as less illiberal and more acceptable than the Modi-Shah BJP. What can I do or say except maybe to smile at it, because this is an incredible misreading of the situation. The fact is that occasional lover stiffs have marked the history of RSS-BJP relations for a long time. These rarely change anything substantively. To think that Nagpur will bring about any change in leadership is a misreading of both its intent and its power. The fact is that today Narendra Modi is too powerful for even the RSS, even for anybody in the RSS to think of dislodging him. Maybe this was a thought in the RSS's mind in the Vajpayee era, but the power of Vajpayee, even at his peak, is very different from the power of Modi, even after he's lost a bunch of seats this time. At the same time, this election has shown Modi's critics and his opposition or Pratipaksh that he is beatable. It will, however, need much hard work on their behalf over the next 5 years, on the behalf of Modi's rivals over the next 5 years, one state election after another to achieve that. to beat Narendra Modi. It can't happen through any internal coup whatsoever, whether blessed by the RSS or not. At the same time, the likelihood of the RSS blessing any such thing is almost zero. In fact, I'd say zero. In fact, on the other hand, there is nothing, absolutely nothing to suggest that the RSS is in the mood of unsettle its own government. It is often said that the RSS and the BJP have a guru-shishya relationship. If they are the guru today and the current BJP leadership is their shishyas, see this criticism as a disappointed teacher upbraiding their favorite pupils for indifferent results, indifferent performance. It isn't as if the RSS and the BJP haven't been at odds at different points of time. We will list three for you, but this, after the election results, isn't one of these. So what are these three? This BJP was formed in 1980 from the wreckage of the original Bharatiya Jana Sangh, which had merged in the Janata Party. That Janata Party crashed in 1977. It is from the wreckage that emerged from the crash of the Janata Party, the wreckage of the Bharatiya Jana Sangh, that leaders like L.K. Advani, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Murli Manohar Joshi relaunched their idea in the form of Bharatiya Janata Party. That was a new political party in 1980. Since then, we can see how a 20-year itch has marked the RSS-BJP relationship, a 20-year itch. Each time the BJP emerged, chastened. Think of 1984, 2004 and now 2024. The first, 1984, was no fault of the BJP's. It is just that the RSS, concerned about the crisis in Punjab, was swayed by what it saw as the imperative of the national interest. In those weeks of crisis, Mrs. Gandhi's assassination, massacres of Sikhs, in those weeks of crisis, it concluded that India was going to be more secure under Rajiv Gandhi than under another coalition government, even if it might include the BJP. There was also that storied meeting between Rajiv and then Sir Sangh Chalak Bala Sahab Devaras. That is something that Rashid Kidwai has documented in his book as well. I covered that election, especially in Madhya Pradesh and Delhi, and found the RSS workers not just absent from the BJP campaign, but often spreading the word to vote Congress for stability and Rashtrahit or national interest. The RSS had no complaints with the BJP. It is just that it wasn't its time yet. And the lesson for the BJP was that the RSS at certain moments can take a call to go with the side opposed to the BJP or with the side that the BJP is fighting with. In 1998, the RSS celebrated the rise of the first BJP-led coalition under Atal Bihari Vajpayee. His personality and temperament, however, clashed with that of then Sir Sangh Chalak K. Sudarshan. In fact, personality, temperament, and if I may also add, his personal life. These clashed with that of then Sir Sangh Chalak K. Sudarshan, and by 2003, the strain was visible and actually looking quite painful. The RSS was again less than enthusiastic in the 2004 election, which Vajpayee and Advani advanced by about 5 months. This is when they lost power, albeit narrowly. Many of these irritants were underlined by Sudarshan in a 2-part Walk the Talk interview with me for NDTV in April 2005. To be sure, the approach for the interview had come from the Sir Sangh Chalak's office. I had not asked for it because RSS chiefs rarely, if ever, give interviews. So I didn't even ask for it. It was just a lottery. One day I got a call saying, would you like to interview the Sir Sangh Chalak? And sure enough, I was there in Nagpur and this 2-part interview took place. Sudarshan's tone after Vajpayee had lost power in this interview was serves him right. If only he had listened to us. By this time, the RSS had also noted the rise of a much younger leader in Narendra Modi than just about 50, way more faithful to its ideology, more worthy of the title of Hindu Hridaya Samrat than Vajpayee any day. So that explains the 2004 edition of the 20-year itch. Fast forward now another 20 years and the itch came in the run-up to the 2024 campaign. The BJP now believed that all it needed to do was campaign in Modi's name, that it would be a one-man campaign for them by him. The RSS might have felt a little slighted, particularly at the ground level, in spite of the fact that so many aspects of the ideological project, Kashmir and Article 370, Ram Mandir, Triple Talaq abolition, these had been achieved by the Modi government. Modi was also careful to give Mohan Bhagwat pride of place at the Ram Mandir consecration. At the same time, the fact is that reporters from ThePrint and reporters from many other credible organizations, serious organizations who traveled across the country noted that there was indifference on the part of RSS cadres, that they were not going out this time as they might have in the past. Definitely that enthusiasm was missing. The ideology was never undermined. Modi government never undermined the RSS's ideology, but the Swayamsevak was just made to feel that he wasn't so indispensable anymore. Bhagwat now said in his speech earlier this week that the RSS did in this election what it always does, which is fine-tuning public opinion. But the BJP itself had stated that it believed it had grown up and could walk on its own without needing the RSS's little finger to hold on to. This is where the relative indifference could have come from. That, however, was before the results. That's the reason we say that after the results is not that moment. That moment came before the results. The third edition of 20-year itch had come before the results, in the run-up to the campaign, not now. The point is made with these election results because the BJP under Modi did not get a majority and it's now over. This government, the power of Modi and Shah are indispensable for the RSS, particularly as it is set to launch its 100th anniversary celebrations. That's why its words merely mean chastisement from a doting teacher to a favorite pupil. Reading anything more into this would be very poor judgment and wishful thinking for Modi's Pratipaksh or rivals. Bhagwat, as we write this and I speak this to you, is in Gorakhpur discussing with Yogi Adityanath the next moves to strengthen the BJP in rural Uttar Pradesh. And as I often do, sometimes I introduce a book, a fine book that I might be reading and which I think might be of interest to you as well. So see this book, At the Heart of Power, The Chief Ministers of Uttar Pradesh by Shamlal Yadav, my former colleague at the Indian Express. Wonderful reporter, great insights in this, because if UP is the state that determines who rules India, it's almost always done it. Then it's fascinating to know the kind of leaders who've been chief ministers in this very, very important state. And that's why I would recommend this book to you.